This is my ranking of the 2024 March Madness teams by me, Logan Mackey. That is I think it should come to no surprise, which is 64th. Which of course is Arizona. Bum status, of course, at the bottom. Number 63 goes to Alabama. Alabama crushed my dreams of having Clemson in the Final Four, and also beat UNC, who I wanted to win that game, but they lost. And Alabama's also just really annoying. So I hope you understand. Kansas, of course, is next. I'm pretty sure they lost in the first or second round to Gonzaga. Or it was the second round. They lost to Gonzaga in the second round. Basketball school, my butt, but they're also just really annoying as well. 61 Baylor. I don't really have much against Baylor. They did beat Colgate. They were with Colgate. I really wanted Colgate to win because I thought that would have been funny. Baylor did end up helping me a bit, but I still don't like them because they inevitably got beat by the GOATs, Clemson. Purdue, number 60. No, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I hate Purdue. Zach Edey was a bum. And I had them losing in the second round, and then they made it to the finals, and that low-key pissed me off. So 59 Auburn. I had them going for like I think it was the Sweet 16, and then they lost in the first round to they lost to some nerds. So kind of peeved me. But now they're 1 seed this year probably, but they'll probably screw it up again. 58 Illinois. Knocked out my picked champ, which was Iowa State. I had them losing in the first round to a funny name team, which we'll get there later, but I don't want to spoil that. But then they beat Iowa State, but thankfully I think I don't remember who beat them. I think it was UConn, and they didn't score for like 14 minutes because they're bum status. 57 Tennessee. I also had them losing in the first round, and then they ended up going to I think it was the Elite Eight. I didn't want them to go that far. I don't really like Tennessee. I don't like a lot of SEC schools. They're kind of like bum status. I mean, they're not bum. The reason I don't like them is because they're not bum status, but in my head they're bum status. But yeah, Tennessee. Gonzaga. I low-key forgot why I put Gonzaga here, but I just don't like them. I probably could look at my bracket and see why I picked them. I probably had them going far, and then they lost. In all honesty, that's probably why they're down here. Or it's probably because they beat Kansas. I will never know. But Kentucky, Kentucky going to the Elite Eight. But as you know, some cracker with a God-gifted skill to shoot the three-point ball, knocked them out first round. So that's why they're there. 54 is Wisconsin. I had Wisconsin, I think, at least making it out of the first round, I'm pretty sure. But then they lost to James Madison. So that kind of made me upset. I also just didn't watch the game, so they're not all that memorable. That is also a big factor in some of these rankings, is how memorable the game was for me. Like, there will be a team that I didn't per se like, but they made the game memorable for me. And the enjoyment experience, I guess you could say. TCU, number 53. I had them beating Utah State, and then they lost. And I was kind of upset because then I had them beating Purdue, and then neither of those things happened. Purdue didn't lose, and TCU didn't beat Utah State. And yeah, now they're in the Big 12, like at the bottom. So, but us. 52 is McNeese. Lost in the first round. Didn't really do much. They were trying there. I had to put them. I had to rank them, I guess you could say. So they're just here. It's pretty much what a lot of these next ones are gonna be. I might have some stuff to say about them, but like Vermont, I had zero idea who they put this logo. I had zero idea what college this was. I think they played. I actually forgot who they played. I think they played Duke. I think, but yeah. Long Beach State, just kind of here. I didn't watch the game because I didn't want to watch Arizona play. But yeah, they lost. They lost by like 20, I think I saw. So that's why they're at 50. UAB, same thing. I don't really remember the game. I do know that I picked them to lose, and they lost. So I guess they did their job for me, thankfully. They're just at 49. 48 Stanford. I also picked them to lose. I think it was to Kansas. And then they lost. It was a close game. I don't remember watching it, but yeah. Western Kentucky. I do remember being scared that Western Kentucky was going to beat Marquette because some football player had his bracket was perfect, like he had predicted. This was after the Oakland Kentucky upset, and I was worried that my bracket was going to be busted because I had Marquette making it pretty far, and I did not want them to lose to the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky University. But that's why they're at 47. I just don't remember them. 46 Wagner. I'm sorry, such a low quality image. Their logo is really small, so I scaled it up so you can see it. They played. I forgot, but I mean, obviously unmemorable then if I can't remember who they played, but. Probably they were 16 seed, and that's why they're here. 45 Akron, same diff. They played Creighton, I know that at least. So I mean, I don't know if it was memorable per se, but that's why they're 45. Grambling State, same thing. I don't remember this game. I know they played Purdue, I think. I don't know. St. Mary's, I do remember watching this game. I was a little upset because I didn't beat GCU, but GCU beat them, and then I had St. Mary's beating Alabama. So that's why they're kind of here. I don't like them as much, but I got them somewhere. Utah State, same thing. Just kind of like didn't upset me too much, but like it irked me a little, So that's why they're here. And I think Stetson, they lost to UConn. Like nobody watched that game. I mean, UConn fans probably did. But also before I go on, I do like their logo. I can't remember what their name is. It's like the Hatters, I think. But that's pretty cool because now I look at their logo and it's like a little hat. And I wish I didn't make that, but I wish I would move them up, but I can't. South Dakota State, I don't remember. I didn't know they were in the tournament until I just looked. So they're here. Just kind of ignore like these rankings aren't really ranked. I just kind of threw them here. When we get later, they're kind of ranked, but early the middle is not really ranked. So Washington State beat Drake. They're 39. I forgot. I guess I should have said that. But Washington State, I didn't really care for. They almost lost to Drake, and I was kind of rooting for Drake because I picked Drake. That was a good game. Drake almost pulled it out, but then they lost to Iowa State, which was nice. They did their job. They lost to Iowa State after that. And then, of course, 38 BYU. They did their job for me, and their job for me was to lose in the first round to the one and only Duquesne, which at the time I thought was like Duke Weisney, and then I heard them say it was Duquesne. So yeah, Northwestern at 37. I believe they knocked out FAU. FAU was 8 seed. They were at 9 seed. So I had FAU winning the Owls, and I think that's why they're here. They didn't really do anything. They didn't mess my bracket up too much. They're just kind of in the middle. And, I mean, speak of the devil, FAU right here. I like them. I just kind of like think that their Elite Eight run like 2 years ago, or like 2023 was cool. That's why I wanted them to win, but then they didn't, and I was a little upset at them for that. So womp womp. Texas, they did their job. They won one game and then lost. And I mean, as an Arizona State fan, this pains me to have Texas like up here, but. What can I do? It's not March Madness, not football. Colorado State lost to Texas. I mean, I probably should have put. I mean, they're kind of interchangeable. 34, but that's pretty much it. All I have to say about Colorado State. South Carolina did their job. I had them losing to Oregon in the first round, and they did just that in lovely fashion. And then 32 is Marquette. Got me some points, but then they lost to NC State. I believe in the Elite or the Sweet 16. Oh god, that was a blowout. But whatever. What can you do? Yale is up here just because I think it's cool that a bunch of nerds beat Auburn. But I mean that's pretty much it. I don't really have any much to say. They didn't mess my bracket up too much, so they're kind of here in the middle. New Mexico. I had them losing. That's why they're in the middle. They lost the first round. I don't really care. Don't remember watching it. Probably should have put it lower, but what can I do now? Drake. I just think the name's funny. And you'll see that a couple of them are just that their name is funny, and that's why they're here. Drake it was a good game. I was intrigued in the game. I was watching it, so that was nice. Colgate. Probably the same thing. Their name was funny. That's why I picked them to win. I don't know if it was close. It was closer a bit, I believe, and then they kind of Baylor ran away with the game. 27 San Diego State did their job for me. Came in, won a game, lost immediately after. I don't know. I forgot, but they're at 27. That's all you need to know. 26 is Texas Tech, who I had losing to NC State because this was the DJ Horn versus Warren Washington game, and I wanted my GOAT DJ Horn to win, and thankfully he did. So Texas Tech got eliminated, but they did their job and lost, thankfully. 25 Nebraska. Nebraska is only here because they have I think was deemed Asian Steph Curry. I forgot his name, and I feel bad that I forgot his name, but I do remember that was his nickname. They also lost in the first round to Texas A&M, which was nice because I picked Texas A&M, so that's cool. GCU. I played for GCU, so that's why they're here pretty much. I guess I don't know. Lopes up. They're also I don't know. Whatever. Creighton. Creighton is up here pretty much because they gave me a very one of the most memorable games is the Oregon Creighton game in the round of 32 for me. It went to double overtime. Kuznard on Oregon was working his ass off to carry Oregon on his back. You didn't see that. Yeah, he got tired at double overtime, so that's why Creighton took the game away pretty much. 22 Longwood. They're here because of their name. I didn't watch the game. I'll be honest. And the next two are also here because of their names. St. Peter's. I think I can't remember who they beat. They beat like somebody like 2 years ago, and it was an upset. But that's why I picked them to win. But they're also the St. Peter's Peacocks. It's pretty funny. And of course number 20 Morehead State. As my good friend Isaac likes to say, Morehead State, more less Head State. I'm sorry I messed it up. But yeah, they're here because of their name. I don't know why they have state, but I think that adds to the comedy of it. Number 19 Iowa State. Iowa State got me a good amount of points. They made it to I believe the Sweet 16, early 8, and then lost to Illinois of course, and which was upsetting because I had them winning the whole thing. But they got me good points. I don't really remember much about them other than that. That's why they're at 19. I didn't really watch most of the games because I just assumed they were going to win, but then they didn't. James Madison University, or JMU. They're up here mostly because they let Jared McCain drop like a crap ton of points on them in the round of 32. They upset Wisconsin, which upset me because I picked Wisconsin to win. But yeah, they're pretty much here because they allowed Jared McCain to pop off. Nevada here played Dayton in the round of 64. That is also one of the most memorable games for me. I think Dayton was down by like 20. They were down by an absurd amount. And it was like, how is Dayton going to come back from this? And then they eventually did and came back and won the game, which was amazing because I had Dayton winning. So that was awesome. And then, yeah, okay. 16 Florida, same thing, pretty much for Nevada. I had Florida losing in the first round to Colorado. Probably one of the most exciting games. I think it was a late night game. The final score was 102 to 100 because Colorado hit like a buzzer beater too. It was pretty cool. I remember being hyped because I had Colorado winning when they hit that, so that's why that's here. Mississippi State. First game I watched was Mississippi State versus Michigan State, and I had Michigan State winning, and Mississippi State lost. That was nice, but it was also the first game I watched, which was nice to add to the memorability of it, I guess you could say. Charleston is here. Sorry, Charleston is here for one fact and like one fact only. When I was looking at the bracket, they scored like 96, 93 points on Alabama in the first round. And they were like a 13 seed, and that blew me away. And that's the only reason they're here. I didn't watch that game. They're only here because they dropped 96 on Alabama. So props to Charleston. Houston, like it did its job. They won when I needed them to win, and they lost when I needed them to lose. Because I needed them to lose to Duke, and of course their like best player got hurt. So by the gift of God, I was able to win that one, which was nice. Got a cool pick with my goat Jer Bear. But other than that, nothing much about Houston. Texas A&M. I had Texas A&M beating. I can't remember who in the first round, but the second round when they played Houston, was probably had one of my favorite. I forget about it sometimes, but it was a great buzzer beater. I don't know who it was. It was like a 3-point. He fell to the ground. He shot it, fell on, and it went in, and they had to go to overtime. But eventually Texas A&M fell. But it was a great game nonetheless, and I remember that 3-point shot. Colorado, I already explained it with Florida. I had them winning. It was like a high-scoring game. Really, the buzzer beater too. Memorable. Nothing much else to be said that I haven't already said. UNC, just kind of here because they won. I don't really know why they're here. I'll be honest, guys. But yeah, I mean they won, but they lost, and that kind of upset me. But they're just kind of here. Maybe it's because RJ Davis is on the team, and I like to crap on Caleb Love. So yeah. Number 9, Michigan State. I shouldn't say I'm a big, but I am an MSU fan. My family is, so that's why I am. I didn't have them making it past the second round. They lost when I needed them to lose, which was nice, and they won when I needed them to win. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Michigan State. They didn't do much memorable. It was the first game I watched. Other than that, yeah, nothing much else to be said. Number 8, Oregon. I already talked about it with the Creighton entry, but yeah, Kuznard carried Oregon on his back, hit a bunch of threes, hit like a buzzer beater 3 to send the game to double overtime. I don't know if I said that, or it might have been, I can't remember. I think they had to go double overtime. But that, and they also beat Arizona in the Pac-12 tournament, which is nice. Number 7, Dayton. I talked about this in the Nevada entry. They came back from like this super deep, steep like deficit, and they came back and won it, which was exciting because I had them winning. So that's pretty much about it. Shocker, number 6 is Duquesne. I picked them because they had a funny name, and then they actually won, which was like really cool. They beat BYU, who everybody thought was going to win. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I can't remember if Duquesne. I think Duquesne was an 11 seed, which is cool. So yeah, Duquesne wins. Is number 6. Number 5 is UConn. UConn won the entire thing. I didn't have UConn making it I had them making it far. I think it was like the Elite 8 or Final 4. But yeah, I mean it's pretty memorable because I got to watch them win in person. I got to sit in the student section, so that's pretty much why UConn is so high up. Number 4 is NC State. NC State had DJ Horn and DJ Burns. That's pretty much the only reason they're up here. They busted my bracket, but it was fun as hell to watch them play. Keen, you guys who are keen probably would know who's coming next, but Cracker of the Day, Jack Golke of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies is at number 3. It's pretty much just Oakland, but Jack Golke, hitting them threes, that's all he does, was pretty cool. That's who I like to think I like to be like, is Jack Golke. And he said Cracker, so that's why he's up here too. Number 2, smart people know it's between 2 teams. But now is the reveal of the number 2 answer, which is Duke. Duke is number 2. They lost NC State in the Elite 8. I needed them to make it to the finals to have at least a chance of winning anything. They didn't. They lost, which was sad. But they did have Jared McCain, which I really like Jared McCain. So that's why Duke is at number 2. And of course, number 1, Clemson. I had Clemson going very far into the tournament. I think it was the Final 4 I had them going to. They had overcome they had first overcame Baylor, which I didn't have Baylor. Then playing Baylor, I had them playing Colgate, and then I had them beating Dayton, which that didn't end up happening. So they had to beat number 2 seed Arizona, womp womp Arizona, and then I believe after that they lost to Alabama, but it was like by like 4 points. It was a pretty close game. But PJ Hall and Shefflin, I can't remember what his first name is, but they dapped up the band, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, that's the end of my list. Thank you for watching. Sorry it's so long. I'm gonna speed it up pretty much in post.